Good morning. It's Wednesday, August 19th, and it's a bright sunny day, and it's appropriate that it is. You see, all of our reflections that all of us have been giving you are meant to try to give you a bright spot in your day, something to think about, something that will help you through your day. Nothing too deep, nothing too philosophical, or nothing too theological. Just a simple thought for the day to better the life that you're living today, and perhaps better the life of those that are around you. So, the thought for today that I have is we all have the responsibility to care for ourselves, but also to care for each other every day. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm a real big cheerleader for humanity, and I'm pretty corny about that. And I have to admit that I don't think I've ever met anyone who deliberately doesn't care for another. Maybe I missed it, but I just can't say that I have. We may often perhaps forget about that or get distracted. That's pretty easy in our society today, but I don't think I've ever met anybody who's deliberately not helping another. And I think that's very important, and I think that's very encouraging. But in today's first reading in Ezekiel, this is chapter 34, verses 1 to 11. It's long, and I'm not going to read it, but I do encourage you to read that passage. Again, it's Ezekiel chapter 34, verses 1 to 11. And Ezekiel there explains the shepherd's role. And he explains that the shepherd needs to be caring for his flock and not for himself. And he makes a very strong message about those shepherds who don't do that, who care for themselves more than the shepherds that they're responsible for. But of course, he's talking about people, isn't he? He's talking about those individuals who have the responsibility to care for others, and they just don't match up. They don't meet up with that. They fail. And he's pretty strong in his criticism of those who fail to do what's expected of them for others. You know, today is the feast of St. John Eudes. He's a normal parish priest, just a regular person. He was born in Normandy, France, on November 12th, 1601, and he spent his life caring for others, those who probably didn't have a voice or who couldn't care for themselves. He helped the priesthood. He helped the people who were looked down on in society, not the priests, but the other people. And he really did make a difference for those people, so much so that they flocked to him. They flocked to him for care, for thoughts, for words of wisdom, for confession. And it was important. And here's this regular guy who made such a difference in people's lives. And I think that's an example for you and me today, and how we should care for each other. So today, perhaps one thing today I'd like you to do, and maybe one thing every day, is to do something for someone else. One small thing. It doesn't have to be big. And do it because you want to, just because you love other people. Not for any personal gain, not for being recognized or anything like that. Just do one thing for someone just because it's the right thing to do and because you care. And you know what? You might be surprised to see what happens. Not only for the person that you're helping, but for yourself. How little we know where God's grace and love will lead us. And my message is, you might be surprised where that simple action takes you as a person, as well as the people that you affect. My message to you today is that you as a person can make a difference. We all, as individuals, can make a difference for others, one person at a time. God bless you. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon.